Welcome to my Cisco's Routing and Switching Essentials lab review. In this lab, we are looking at lab 9526. This happens to be the last lab in chapter 9, and this is about configuring an IPv6 ACL. So I already have my lab steps open and here. So we're going to logs indicate that the computer on this network is repeatedly refreshing their web page, causing a DOS attack against server 3. Until the client can be identified and cleared, you must block all HTTP and HTTPS web traffic. So let's configure an ACL named block HTTP on R1. Packet tracer is kind of particular with its grading, so I normally copy and paste certain items like the names of ACLs. Let's get to our global configuration mode. Terminal IPv6 access list. See, I wasn't sure what the next command was. I just question marked it. Happens to be the name. So we will block HTTP. So we're going to configure these two right here. We will deny the port 443 and port 80. They are TCP ports, so deny TCP. Any, that means source is any. Destination, host, so that one will allow us to do host and the appropriate IPv6 address of our hosts equals that particular port. That can be www or port 80, just kind of depends on how you want to do it. And allow all other traffic to pass. All right, so they quite didn't give you that one, but if you just leave it like this, there's the implicit deny at the very end, so you can't do that. So permit IP any, that will allow any other traffic to pass. So they're starting to get a little bit trickier within their wording. So we want to apply this on the interface closest to the source of the traffic to be blocked. So where are we going to put that? Well, if we're looking at this close enough to the source, we may want to put it on interface gig 0/1. Okay, so I want to make a change real quick. Preference, show port labels. Oh, not really that, but you'll see that this right here is gig 0, this is gig 1. So we are applying this to gig 01, which happens to be this guy right here. And we will do IPv6 traffic filter block HTTP as it comes in. Nope, not exactly what I wanted. And so why gig 01? Well, see, that's one of the problems. I'm looking at this. I wouldn't have done it like that because we're blocking all traffic to server 3. So wouldn't we want to maybe apply that to both gig 0 and gig 1? Maybe instead we apply it outbound to serial 000. That way, any of these networks will be denied. So again, it just kind of depends the logic behind the placement. Here, through trial and error, I found that we have to apply it on gig 01, otherwise it actually doesn't show complete. But again, I don't agree with it, but it's something that we had to do. So next one is, let's go ahead and see if we can connect from PC1 to the web server. And it doesn't look like we can. But we can connect to HTTPS. All right, that was kind of weird. I'm just gonna put the IP address. So we can connect via HTTP and HTTPS, because again, we only applied it to gig 01, so maybe I got ahead of myself. Web browser. This one should be denied because we're applying the ACL here. So HTTP and HTTPS should both be blocked. So yeah, for placement for step 2, I think I got ahead of myself. We should be able to ping it because we only blocked 443 and port 80, so ping should function. So let's configure and apply and verify a second ACL. Because since pings do work, what do we do that now? So we will create it to block ICMP. We're going to do this on R3. Get into our global config mode. IPv6 access list. We're calling this one ICMP. We want to block all ICMP traffic from any host to any destination. So deny ICMP any. Deny, that will prevent it. What protocol? We're using ICMP, any source to any destination. We want to permit all other traffic, so permit any, permit IP any. That will permit all other IP traffic, regardless of source, regardless of destination, to be permitted. Again, the appropriate implicit deny all is always at the end. So in this case, we also now have to apply it. So we're going to be doing this based off of the OK. Apply the appropriate to the source network. Apply the closest to the destination. And of course, we can't move anything. All right, so I want to do one more thing. Show run. Okay, so the diagram is a tad bit misleading. We want to apply it to gig 00, which is this interface. And when it says gig 01, that's not really showing you the interface for R3. That's showing you the interface for the switch. So back to global config. Interface 00. We will be doing IPv6. Traffic filter. Okay, so this is what gets really interesting. The instructor guide is oh, that's because I totally messed up. I called it just ICMP, not block ICMP. So that was my bad. So block ICMP as it leaves because we want it closest to the destination. And that should be it. So let's go ahead and try pinging from PC1. and that should be disabled. Let's go ahead and ping from PC2. And again, it should not work. Web interface. Which this is incorrect because we applied it according to the instructions, and this from PC1 should work. What I have noticed is sometimes you have to, there we go. Okay, so why does this one work and this one not? Browse, open the PC1, go, and this should display, which it does because we didn't properly do it. If we did want to properly do it, we'd probably be doing it on the serial 00 out, or applying it both on gig 00 and gig 01 as in, not just applying on gig 01 because we're only blocking PC2 from viewing the website. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and check my results. Assessment items. It apparently did not like the fact that I did not name it correctly, so I'm actually going to go back and fix that. R3. The nice thing is IPv6. Actually, I'm just going to do it the lazy way. I'm going to do all of this in Notepad. And we are going to be applying it to it to this guy right here. I do like Notepad for this very reason. Config P, paste. Okay, now that I corrected it, I should be able to get 100%. There we go. All right, that's this last lab in Chapter 9 in a nutshell. Thank you.